May God's peace, mercy, and blessings be upon you. Scientists say that until today, humans have discovered only 15% of the living creatures that exist, and that is why every day we find new creatures discovered, including creatures that challenge everything we know, to the point that if you see pictures of them online, it is difficult to believe that are they real, and you won't even know if there is an animal that actually looks like that, or is this just an image made with artificial intelligence. Welcome, I'm AMR Abdeen, but before we start, if you're still new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive our videos first. By the way, we created a new channel called Hakawi Bunshar. It has long videos in which we tell realistic, mysterious, and exciting stories. Subscribe to it and you will like it, God willing. What you see is that there is no mix between a gazelle and a giraffe with a zebra or anything. This is a completely independent animal in its own right. Its name is the okapi. The reason why the okapi is not known among humans is that it is an animal. It is shy. If it smells human scent, even from a long distance, it immediately flees and hides in the tropical rainforests of Central Africa. Adding to this shyness is that its numbers are very limited, estimated at about 4,500 animals in the wild. For this reason, the okapi is threatened with extinction, and researchers believe that its small numbers are due to the people used to hunt it extensively to eat it. As for its characteristics, it is a herbivorous animal. Its height is about 1.5 meters, and the weight of an adult male can reach about 300 kilograms. Its average lifespan is about 16 years, which it spends all of it in the tropical forests, especially the forests of the Congo. The creepy creature in front of you is the purple frog. What is associated with frogs is that scientists believe that it is related to a type of small frog that lives on the African island of Seychelles, but it is the same and neither its appearance nor behavior suggests that it has any relationship to the frog. The purple frog was discovered fairly recently, specifically in the year 2003, as is the case with most rare animals. Its original habitat is only one place, which is the Indian state of Kerala, and one of the strangest things that the purple frog does is that its voice resembles the voice of chicks, and no one hears it except for only 2 weeks throughout the year, and they are the 2 weeks for mating, but as for it remaining throughout the whole year, the purple frog lives underground, a life similar to that of a frog. Ants in the colonies, in addition to being hidden throughout the year, are also limited in number and threatened with extinction. For this reason, the purple frog is one of the animals about which we do not know much information, but one of the things we do know is that its length ranges from 6 centimeters to 9 centimeters at first, and its weight on average is 165 grams. It is considered a rather heavy weight for this small size, and that is why it appears with its slightly strange round shape. This is a spider crab. Perhaps its name will tell you that it is an animal that looks definitely familiar. We do not know crabs and we know spiders, but nevertheless, if you see its picture for the first time, you will suspect that it is an image made by artificial intelligence. It immediately comes alive. In the ocean waters near the Japanese coast, the Japanese say that it has a beautiful taste and is loved by anyone in crab. This time, no one can object to the fact that crab does not have a lot of meat because the weight of one crab, if we assume that it is basically crab, reaches 20 grams, despite the fact that it is crab. The spider, like other rare animals, does not exist except in one place, but it is not threatened with extinction, and the secret to its abundant existence is due to several reasons, the most important of which is the long lifespan of the Japanese spider crab. The Japanese spider crab is one of the long-lived animals whose lifespan can reach a full 100 years, except that it lives in the depths of the ocean, and for this reason, there are not many enemies or predators that can threaten it. Finally, its hunting operations also remain organized, and it is completely prohibited during the mating period, which lasts from January until April. This animal is nothing like a whale. One whale pelted a skewer in its head to hunt it, and nothing. It is its natural appearance. Researchers liken the skewer that sprayed its head to the horn of a rhinoceros, and that is why this animal is known as the sea rhino, but it is just a name that has nothing to do with reality. That is why the sea rhino is known by other names, the most famous or most important of which is the naruto. The naruto is a mammal that lives in cold waters. In the Arctic, the narwhal is considered the champion of diving in the sport of diving. The narwhal is able to dive to depths of up to 1,600 meters, and he usually reaches these abysmal depths when trying to escape from predators and enemies, the most important of whom are hip whales, human beings, polar bears, and even the layers of ice themselves. Since fire is a mammal, it is permissible. It seems that it comes out like a whale every once in a while, and if it comes across the ice, the surface of the water closes on them along the length of a group of narwhals, which usually number about 10 narwhals. They go to the new flower with its horns that resemble this spear, which exceeds a full 3 meters in length, and they emerge and breathe. One of the amazing things is that this spear reaches its length. Half the length of the narwhal's entire body, because the length of an adult narwhal ranges from 5 to 6 meters, and its weight is 2 full tons. This animal, which looks like a sloth sticking to a bug in a coral reef, is an animal known as the star mole. It is a mammal, but it can live on land or in water. The most beloved places for the star mole to live are wetlands that combine the two descriptions. The most important thing that distinguishes this strange creature is its strange appearance, specifically its red nose, which resembles a coral reef. This part, for the mole, is full of thousands of nerve cells that testify to a touch that touches the soil, which is followed by tens of thousands. From the nerve impulses of the brain, and in one moment he decides where exactly to look, and one look at his limbs, which resemble the limbs of a sloth, and you will understand from him the length of his abilities in digging, especially in wet soil, and that is why the journey that we talked about is from the beginning of smelling and sensing worms or insects, sending nerve impulses and choosing the prey. Digging and eating are all a story that does not take more than a few seconds. According to what scientists say, the star mole is considered the fastest meat eater in the entire world. Finally, the star mole usually lives in the eastern regions of North America, and the size of the adult male does not exceed much more than 12 centimeters in length and does not exceed 50 grams, meaning you can remove it easily in the palm of your hand. Finally, one of the strangest animals you can see is the blue sea dragon, which, although its name suggests that it is a giant and terrifying animal, is actually in the palm of your hand. It is a type of mollusk that lives in almost all of the world's oceans, even though it is small. Thus, it appears that his appearance is cute, but he is a criminal and has a terrible ability to prey. Thus, when he comes to attack other creatures, no one sees him because of his small size and blue color that resembles the color of water. However, he is one of the poisonous creatures that can paralyze his victims in order to gnaw at them with his comfort, but it is strangest. The thing at all is that this small criminal is how he eats a certain type of huge, poisonous indelibles called the Fiscia indelibles. What is amazing when you know that this indelible is not only poisonous, it is also so gigantic that its tentacles reach a length of 10 meters, and each one of these tentacles contains an amount of poison. It kills the fish or crustaceans that it needs, but this sea dragon has its own twisted edges and runs on these poisonous tentacles and loads its own poison from them. Basically, its poison is stolen, not its own poison, it is the one that produces it, and not only that, it is not enough that it takes the poison and takes it off, it keeps sucking it into the intestines, until he leaves him a lifeless body, and of course we don't need to say that in this case there is not one dragon, it is a gang of dragons, but with that, we have finished who has reached here. All who have arrived, you are the best people. Give us a like before you leave so we can know how many people have reached the next, and don't forget, if do you have a nomination for an episode? Write it to us in the comments. Hello.